All right, now that we have put equations in slope-intercept form, we are going to look at line relationships. So for line relationships, we're going to be looking at whether things are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. In lecture 10, there was another little video on this if you were given 2 points. So we're doing exactly the same thing, but we're just given different information. So let's just go back and review. If I know 2 lines are parallel if their slopes are equal, and I know 2 lines are perpendicular if their slopes are negative reciprocals. So in lecture 10, you were given line 1 went through these 2 points, line 2 went through these 2 points, and you had to use your slope formula. Now in lecture 11, you're going to be given the equations of the lines themselves. So let's look at this first example. If line 1 is y equals 4/5 x minus 1/2, and line 2 is y equals 5/4 x plus 2. I want to see if those are parallel, perpendicular, or neither, and I don't have 2 points to use. I don't have 2 points where I can just use the slope formula. How can I tell what the slope of line 1 is? Well, we can see that line 1 is in slope-intercept form because y is all by itself. So the slope of line 1 is 4/5. And similarly for line 2, it's in slope-intercept form, so the slope of line 2 is 5/4. Now if I have line 1 is 4/5 and line 2 is 5/4, are those parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Oh, it's so close to perpendicular, but it's not, because they're both positive. To be perpendicular, they have to be reciprocals, which they are, but one has to be positive and one has to be negative. So those lines are just nothing. Okay, let's look at the second pair. Can I say that the slope of line 1 is 4 and the slope of line 2 is 4 because they both have a 4 in front of them, so they're parallel? No, I can't. Why not? Why does that not work? Okay, it's because the lines are not in slope-intercept form yet. You cannot see what the slope of a line is until after you get it in slope-intercept form. So we have to get these guys in slope-intercept form. So line 1, I need to get it in slope-intercept form, so I solve for y. Start by subtracting 4x from both sides, and then dividing both sides by 2. So I have y equals negative 2x plus 3. So the slope of this guy is negative 2. Okay, let's do the same thing for the next line. We want to get it in slope-intercept form. We want y by itself. Start out by subtracting 4x from both sides. So I'm halfway there. Now I need to divide by negative 8. So I get y equals, now negative 4 divided by negative 8 is positive 1/2, or positive 0.5x. 16 divided by negative 8 is negative 2. So the slope is 0.5, which is 1/2. Now, the slope of the first one is negative 2. The slope of the second one is 1/2. So they are different in sign. One is positive and one is negative. Are they reciprocals? What is the reciprocal of 2? Well, 2 is like 2 over 1, so the reciprocal is 1 over 2. So these guys are perpendicular. Their slopes are negative reciprocals. I did not do an example of 2 lines being parallel. I did kind of a fake example there at the beginning. But if 2 slopes are equal, then they are parallel, of course. That one's easy.